Okay, can you give me your name?
Alessandro Spera
What does Spera mean?
means hope.
Sorry, I had to do that. Okay, and where are you from?
Italy, Milan, Italy.
Awesome. Okay, so what newspapers and TV/radio channels did you read or watch in your country of origin?
Well, newspapers I read La Gazzetta, which is like a sports newspaper. It mainly covers soccer, like Italian soccer, in the first pages, but it also covers everything from like cycling to volleyball and stuff like that. And on the TV, I watch Rai TG1, which is like the
TG.
TG1. Yeah, it's like basically the news for like that TV channel. It stands for Telegiornale, which is like news, like television newspaper. And like not yeah, non-sports newspapers, I read Il Corriere, which is like it's kind of like a, I guess you can compare it to like a liberal newspaper in the United States, and it covers like politics and like current issues and stuff like that.
Okay, so why did you choose these new outlets, and like why didn't you choose them compared to others? Was it just better since it's sports?
Well, yeah, La Gazzetta is like the biggest sports one, and it has like the most variety of sports too, and it has like the best information, honestly. And the other one, Il Corriere, is just because I think it's like the most truthful and unbiased. I mean, it still obviously has bias, but like the other newspapers are just like Lega Nord and stuff like that. They all have like really strong bias, and so I didn't like reading those as much.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is currently the most important news story in your country of origin? Do you keep up with it even?
I kind of keep up with it. I keep up more with the sports one. I don't know why, but I keep up more with the sports one. But I have been following politically. There's like an important thing going on in Italy right now. We just had in like the past few weeks, we just had a referendum.
A what?
A referendum. It's like you have to vote for it.
Okay.
To see like the public approval and stuff like that of our prime minister's like plan.
Okay.
And the result actually turned out to be no, and he would say that if the result was no, he was going to step down as prime minister. So we'll see what happens. I'm following that. Yeah.
Ooh, what's the person's name?
The prime minister,
Yeah.
Matteo Renzi.
Okay. What do or did you like about the mass media in your country of origin? Like, I guess in comparison to the U.S.
Uh, in comparison to the U.S., I think it's a little bit. It's not as overwhelming. Like in the U.S., you have so many news channels. Like, well, off the top of my head, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, all those stuff, all that stuff. In Italy, you really only have like maybe 4 or 5
to choose from.
Yeah, and they all have kind of like the same information. Like in Italy, I think there's just not as much bias in the news, especially like TV news.
But then, like, you can't compare it to as many things.
Yeah, I know that's true, but I don't know. It's just the way I grew up there. It was just more of like a simplistic type thing.
It's more simple.
Yeah, and the news, I think. Well, it depends which news you watch here, but here the news is mainly centered around like politics and like the economy and stuff
political.
like that. Yeah, in Italy, you have like a more variety of the news. Like you have also like current events. Like there's always going to be like a story about somebody like somebody that got killed or something like that. Like it's just more of a variety. It's not only centered around like politics and like the economy and how that's doing, but it's also in there.
Okay, so what do or did you dislike about the mass media in your country of origin?
Well, like you said, there's not as much to choose from, so you're always basically getting the same information. There's not as much variety, but I mean that.
So that has its ups and its downs.
Yeah, it has its ups and its downs, depending on what you like.
Okay, so what is the biggest misconception people in the U.S. have about your country of origin?
I think a lot of people that think about Italy think about like corruption and stuff like that, just because of. I mean, that's like a stereotype thing that I've heard, and that's just because of like our past prime ministers. Like Berlusconi was a past prime minister, and he had so many scandals. He was like accused of a lot of things, that had a lot of scandals and a lot of like corruption issues and stuff like that. So I think when people think of Italy, they think of like a very like disorganized and corrupt country, politically speaking. But that's not necessarily the case. It's just like a couple of like people that like ruined our reputation, basically.
I honestly can't think of anything bad that like I know of Spain. I just know it's like you get to eat a lot and then you get to sleep, and then
Yeah.
after you eat,
eating is a very important thing.
And then
Definitely, we take our time with meals.
cute boys and food. That's what I think of.
There's those two.
I mean, I guess it's because I don't really know anything about like y'all's politics or like I just know I've like vacationed there.
Yeah, well, I mean, the main like our economy is mainly like, especially in the south and stuff like that, it's mainly based on tourism, just because there's so many like
Milan,
ci-
yeah.
there's so many cities to visit in Italy, like Rome, Florence, Venice, Milan.
Actually, I haven't been to Milan.
You can go to like Tuscany, all that stuff, the coast, the Amalfi Coast down south, Sicily. So there's a lot of like tourism and stuff like that.
Okay. You might hate me, but